So, on we go to Hardy's in Tintara, and I've got to say, weren't we surprised?
It was surprising. I was expecting that sort of factory vibe, considering it's such a big label.
Exactly.
But we found quite the opposite, didn't we?
Absolutely. And look, I always knew that the Hardy's had their premium wines, you know, over the $70 bracket mark. But look, they were just outstanding. But also the wines between the $20 and the $40 price point were also fantastic.
Yeah, interesting story there behind the Tintara name. In 1876, the sales rep drank the majority of the wines and pretty much took the company down. Thomas Hardy came in the next year, he brought it back up, and he basically brought them back up to where they needed to be, and they've now got a really healthy, promising future.
Everyone knows about the Eileen Chardonnay. We were tasting the 2008. But I guess the little sister or the little daughter, as they call it, the HRB Chardonnay, 2010, it just stood up incredibly well next to the Eileen. To have them next to each other, you're talking about a wine that's half the price in the HRB. Although both of the wines still very young, 2010 for the HRB, 2008 for the Eileen. It'd just be great to see what happens over time. We do expect the Eileen from 2008 will live a lot longer, 10 years plus, 15 years, who knows, for that wine. But certainly for $33, the HRB, just brilliant,
Yep.
I thought.
Yep.
What did you think, Matt?
Yeah, we'll go straight to the HRB because that was just the standout, really. For value, you're getting a really tasty, light, sort of woody, citrusy wine that was just well developed, long lasting, and you couldn't really go past it, and that took the cake for me.
Sure. Did you see the difference in value between the 65? Could you really sense that the $65 wine was worth paying the extra $32? Or
I personally, I couldn't pick it because my palate's really not set up for those sort of high standards. But there was the Eileen, is it?
Yes.
The Eileen had some really interesting flavours, but there was
a bit more complex, a bit more, had a little just a shade more depth, perhaps.
Hard to pick though, because like you said, you got to give it time, and I don't know which way that's going.
Exactly.
It was nice up front, but for $65 when you got it next to the HRB, it's a pretty easy trade-off.
Luckily we got a couple of bottles of each, so in 10 years' time we can see exactly what they're doing then, hey?
Excellent.
All right.
Walked in, I wasn't really expecting too much from them. Second day on the wine tour, we were greeted with a real friendly bunch of staff there. They took us in and they were pouring the wines and sharing the wines with us, which I was really impressed with.
Isn't it great to see them actually enjoying the wine with you?
Yeah, it really makes a difference because you know they're tasting what you're tasting.
Exactly, I agree.
And if they're telling you what something tastes like and they're not tasting it, then it's really hard to know if they actually know.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, I was impressed. I was impressed with that reception.
The whole experience.
The whole experience of that place was impressive.
So overall, Matt, I thought the three wines were fantastic. The Thomas Cabernet, 2001, the Eileen, 08 Chardonnay, and the HRB Chardonnay, 2010. Brilliant wines, varying price points, 33 all the way to 100. But look, just really impressed with the Hardy's range.